Migrant caravan halted after police discover chilling child-involved crime. The migrant caravan that has been making its way through Mexico in the past several days was urged to rest on Sunday. The coordinators asked the mass of people to hold a meeting in Tapanatepec, and was later revealed that the decision to take a break from advancing toward the U.S. is the abduction of a child. At first, the migrants refused to listen to such orders, however, they changed their minds after they found out the reason behind the meeting. On Saturday morning, the migrant caravan's journey was delayed for several hours by federal police who tried to prevent them from exiting the town of Arriaga. Nevertheless, most of the migrants arrived in Tapanatepec, where some visited a medical aid station mostly because of their weary feet, and others chose to bathe, wash clothes, and cool off in the Novilleroriver below the central square. Grupo Beta, Mexico's migrant protection agency, decided to take action and help the caravan by handing bottles of waters to the people and giving rides. This seems to be the first group that helped the caravan advance instead of attempting to stop it from moving forward. Given that the caravan's journey is long and arduous, the migrants mostly depend on hitchhiking from one location to another. Unfortunately for them, not all are lucky enough to get a free ride due to the fact that young men are quicker than the rest to hop in the trucks that stop. Women that are pushing strollers or carrying children are at a huge disadvantage. Thus, on Saturday, the women were encouraged to be more aggressive when it comes to catching rides by a nun, who also criticized the men for not helping women with children but are more focused on their own well-being. The nun also indicated that the church will try to arrange 5 trucks which would carry only women and children on the trek to Tapanatepec. In response, the 25-year-old Hector Alvarado from Honduras, who quit school and left his wife and 2 children to try to find a better life in the U.S., said to me, "It's bad because there has to be equality because we are all struggling on this path," according to the Western Journal. On the other hand, Rosa Bonilla, who is traveling with her 2-year-old son and her 10-year-old daughter, claimed that some men helped the women in need but also pointed out that she was never able to beat the men to the trucks. She said that she disagrees that only women and children should have access to the arranged trucks, adding that her husband should be allowed to join her as he always helped women who couldn't make it in time. "If we go alone anything could happen," said Bonilla, reported the Western Journal. Furthermore, it seems that the Mexican government hasn't decided which path to take when it comes to the migrant caravan, as it seems torn between keeping an image of a country that respects human rights and preventing the migrant mob advancing toward the United States, despite the fact that President Donald Trump urged Mexico to stop the caravan from moving forward. A rural highway was blocked in southern Mexico on Saturday by the federal police in an attempt to convince the migrants to apply for refugee status in Mexico. Despite their efforts, the 7,000 mass of people was allowed to proceed after the representatives from Mexico's National Human Rights Commission got involved. The very next day, government officials from Mexico made a decision to offer the migrants a helping hand. An agent from Mexico's migrant protection agency Grupo Beta, Martin Rojas, explained that their plan was to pick up stragglers with the agency pickup trucks. "There are people fainting, there are wounded," Rojas told the Associated Press in Tapanatepec, after he dropped off several women and children. Still, the migrant caravan has a long way to go to reach the U.S. southern border, and it appears that most of the people in it are determined to try and enter the country despite Mexico's offer. On Friday, the Mexican President Enrique Peña Nieto promised the caravan that they will provide shelters, jobs, schooling, and medical attention to those who agree to stay in the states of Chiapas or Oaxaca in South Mexico. This program was dubbed Your Home, and according to Mexico's Interior Ministry, 111 Central Americans were given temporary identity numbers which allows them to stay and work in Mexico. The ministry added that the group that has decided to accept the offer mostly consists of women, children and elderly people.